Of course, we're starting off with the mute. As always, welcome back. We're going to be talking about a lot of new stuff tonight. We've got Barbasol. We're going to talk about Beyond the Gates. We're going to talk about Dr. Collector and something else. What was it? There was another thing. What was it? Barbasol, Lego. Of course, one of the biggest things. And we should probably throw in there maybe a potential, new series if possible. But before that, let's hit the intro. Welcome, everybody, to another, very late installment here of Let's Talk Jurassic. And I say late, I mean, I should have done this a lot sooner. It's been a few months, and we're finally back after a very long time. We're back talking Jurassic with each other. I am so excited about this. It's been so long. I'm like thrilled to be back here chatting with everybody in the chat room here tonight. It's so exciting. I'm like, I gotta keep checking my mic to make sure I'm like not muted. It's been a while. I don't know how to do this anymore. We switched things up, so I've been super unprepared, but we switched things up as far as how it's like operating on the back end and how it looks to you all. I'm very excited by the new look of it, the new feel of it, and how things are gonna work tonight. I have no idea if this is gonna go right. We'll see. But I already told you what we're talking about tonight. We hit that intro, and then now we're in it now. So welcome back to everybody who previously joined me in other installments of Let's Talk Jurassic. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. I didn't get a chance to share it around, just before the stream. So please share this around. Let everybody know you're watching. But like I said, we've got a lot going on here tonight. If you're lurking out there, come say hello. Be a new regular here in the chat room. We'd love to see you. But yeah, let's get things kicked off here tonight. I want to say hello to people in the chat room. Muzzmill, hey, what's going on? And you know what? As hard as I worked on trying to get these things to stay in the right place, they still didn't stay in the right place. So I can never get these things to be in the right spot. Welcome home. You've arrived. I had to go deep there for you, just for ET. Yeah, so it's been a long time. Let's go, Jurassic Souls. How you doing? We've got Jurassic KM here. How's it going? Ben is here. What's up, Ben? Can't wait. Yes, same. Shane is here. Nikolai's here. Jared's here. We got the whole crew here. This is nice. Steve is back. We back, yo. Yeah, we're here. We're here, Steve. Jurassiraptor here. What's going on? How's it going? Carl's here. Hey, Carl. And then, of course, we got to shout out these super chats here. So thank you so much to Jurassic Souls. Welcome back. I missed you. I've missed everybody here in this chat room. It's been weird not talking about Jurassic with everybody each and every week. So I appreciate you all coming back and missing the show. And yeah, I didn't even mention, but the podcast is like officially back. So it's great to actually have like the main show back and the live stream back all at the same time. So I kind of just was like, you know what? We got to hit October. Like it's when October rolls around, we got to hit it. I think I actually said in the podcast, I think I said it was like 4 months. I think it's actually only been 3. But it feels like it's just been forever. So, but yes, welcome back. And who else we got here? Dave. Thank you so much, Cretaceous Dave. Yeah, how do I need to do a super chat to get Let's Talk Ahsoka? You know what? I thought about it so much. I thought about it so much, and actually, I don't know if it's happening right at this moment. I know you have a few shows that you listen to. I do too. Obviously, I'm on the Forcecast every now and then. But also, I like listening to Thank the Maker. It's a podcast from people in Story of the Year, Yellow Card, Bayside, and it's they do a podcast, like a weekly podcast, talking about all things Star Wars, and they've been doing a lot of great Ahsoka coverage. Um, but yeah, so hopefully, I don't know. I think they stream like it doesn't have it on the thing, but usually they stream like tonight or around the same time. But check them out if you can. And but yes, I've been thinking about. I thought about it before that season started. I was like, should I do something? I haven't had a chance to really go on the Forcecast too much to talk about it, other than the first two episodes. But I really want to. I just want to talk about that show all the time, and Star Wars and other movies, Marvel. I want to talk about so many other things. So if you all want to hear me talk about more things, hype it up, because you got to push me to do it. I'll do it. I'll do it if you want me to do it. All right. So let's see here. Jared says, it's been a bit. What kind of Twitter drama should we talk about? Hey, I'm not going to talk about any Twitter. I can't even say it anymore. I don't go on it really. And I do post on the podcast channel on Twitter. I have been posting over there. So that's been, it's been what it is. But I don't like look things up really. I just glance when I'm on there, and then I check out the notifications, and I post like, hey, the live stream's happening or the podcast's out. But I abandoned Twitter really for the most part. I don't post on mine anymore. If you're looking for me, check it out on Threads or Letterboxd. I'm on those two. But yeah, that's mostly a garbage place now. So I don't really go there. Caleb, what's going on, Caleb? How you doing? Maybe Caleb and I have some fun stuff planned coming up soon. Steve, thank you so much. You're here at the beginning of the show. Look at this. I love it. You're here at the beginning. I don't know what my hair's doing right now. I feel like it was like too like straight up. You're here at the beginning of the show. That's odd. I feel like you're always here at the end of the show, and I'm like, all right, guys, peace out. Oh, here comes Steve. I think I mentioned like your holler at your boy thing on our show. I don't know if it was on part 1, 2, or 3. I have no idea, but we have 3 parts. So yeah. Was that me playing the piano live during the intro? No, that was not me playing it live. That was me playing it some other time. And I have it right here. It's like this one. I have this one right here, and it's on. I just leave it on apparently. Yeah, but it was me playing at some point in time. Let's see. All right, so let's do our usual things. We'll check out what's going on the website real quick. Please look at our new graphics, and then check out the fact that this week on the podcast, we finally returned. We're back, and so was Stephen Ray Morris. Stephen joined me back, when was that? In July, or I think it was like the end of July or early August. I don't remember when it was, but it was a little while back now. And we talked about so much stuff. My hair was way longer. But yeah, it was a great conversation. And I'm splitting it up into 3 separate parts. So what we're going to be doing now with the show is trying to make it a little bit more digestible for you. In the past, we've always been not shy about like doing, 2-3 hour episodes at times. But when I started the show back in 2015, my goal was to make them like fairly short episodes. And then it just ballooned out of control, and that's my own fault and everybody else's fault for asking for that. So, but I think the best bet is to kind of make things a little bit more manageable, reel it in just a little bit, but I'm gonna split it up and make you wait for the rest of the content. So if you want to hear the rest of mine and Steven's conversation, you'll have to wait till next week, and then the week after that. So I'm splitting it up. Me and Steven talked for like nearly 3 hours. So I'm not shying away from talking for a long time. Okay, that's not gonna stop anytime soon. But yeah, so I'm gonna be posting those sporadically, and then other conversations that I have with. I'm not gonna tell you. There was another conversation that I did while I was on hiatus, and it was really fun. It was a really cool one, and I can't wait to post that. So you got to wait a few weeks though, and that'll probably be about 2 episodes, and then we have maybe some content with Caleb, maybe some other stuff planned along the way. But please check out my chat with Stephen Ray Morris. We talked about. What did we talk about? We talked about like the hype, I think, over the course of the past 3 movies and TV shows and stuff. We talked just like what it felt like to be a fan during that time, and we talked about his trivia that he did, and he asked me a few questions, and I'm like, I don't even know. And I don't even think he knew. So we were on the same playing field, I think. Steven brought up the point of like, is there a way to make Jurassic Park better? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure if you can, but maybe. Who knows? And we talk about speculation. I think we wrap up this episode talking about speculation, and that continues on into the next episode too, because we talk a lot about what speculation does to the fandom and to yourself personally. So it's interesting, I think, to talk about that. But yeah, that was our episode for the week. So please go check that out. It's finally back, and yes, we changed up the format of the podcast as well. So the podcast is going to be a bit different. It's going to sound different, different audio clips and music and things, and just wanted to change it up a little bit. So please go download the show. You can download that on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or you can listen to it right here on our website, JurassicParkPodcast.com, and find it there. So that's part 1 of 3, and you'll see part 2 next week, every Monday, of course. But yeah, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I have no idea how this is gonna work. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this from now on, but we'll see. Because it's probably gonna take way too much prep than I'm ready for. But gonna change up the format just slightly here. I don't know if this is even worthwhile doing, but we'll see if this works out. So what I'm gonna do is just the news. So we're gonna take a look at the latest Jurassic news from around the world. And I got to move to the side here. We've got the website. So let's go over to, when was this? Like last week or so? I don't remember when it was. But I just wanted to take a look real quick and showcase Beyond the Gates put out a fantastic new episode. So please go check out the awesome work from, hey, Caleb's in here and the Jurassic Outpost team. Yeah, check it out. Please check out their awesome work over there with Beyond the Gates. Great series. And hey, you get 2 figures here to take a look at. So take a look at those. I personally did not pre-order them. I'm not gonna see. This is the problem with me trying to do like a news segment, is I can't just strictly like stick to the news. All right, so what you see here is the news. I can't do it. So we've got Blue and we've got Owen, and I just want to talk about so many other things. But that was one of the things I wanted to discuss later on with everybody. The second thing up here in the news is this awesome Dr. Collector. The latest pack here. It looks really, really awesome. So I love the artwork. The artwork looks great. So please check out that great artwork. This is apparently a role-playing game, and you'll try to kind of, I guess, beat the other team and discover who you can trust and stuff like that. I love these types of games where there's like usually like somebody being like a spy in the midst of everything, and it's interesting to kind of pick and choose and see who's going to be the bad guy throughout the rest of the game. But that should be fun, and that is currently on pre-order. $29.95, I believe. Yeah, so check out that game right there. Also, we're going to be talking a little bit about Barbasol. Look at those cool cups. Cups. They're not cups. You don't drink out of them. Barbasol canisters. Let's call them canisters. If it's a can of can do, if that's what you wanted to know. But hey, a new collaboration with Barbasol. I do not have this can. I'll have to track it down, but they came out with a brand new can to celebrate 30 years of Jurassic Park, and it's got Dennis Nedry's workstation on it, and it is currently in stores. It actually did hit stores before it actually was revealed. So that was kind of interesting to see it online before everybody that ended up getting one was able to even post about it. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, a new Barbasol can. We'll talk more about that later. And then lastly here, I wanted to talk about this. So we'll be talking about this later as well. Lego Jurassic Park, the officially unofficial retelling. So pretty interesting. Coming October 10th. That is very close, very soon, a few days away. On Peacock. Now, do you have Peacock? Who knows? Who knows? Did you buy tickets to Halloween Horror Nights? You have Peacock then. You got it if you got that. So Jurassic Souls, hey, you got the tickets, all right? But they came out with a new trailer. We'll watch that all later on. And yeah, that was probably the most things. And maybe we'll throw a little bonus item at the end if we do have some time. But yeah. I don't know if I like doing it this way. It didn't really work out for me. I'm not feeling it. All right, so let's bring it over to our first story, and I want to talk with everybody about this one. All right, so let's see. Oh, Forever Malone can't stay. Just dropping in between sets. Oh, look at that. Hey, look at it's up there. I I forgot it was up there. Awesome. Can't wait. Thank you for those good vibes. And yes, definitely MVP. But yeah, so if anybody has anything they want to talk about with Beyond the Gates, I know, I'm coming at this a little bit late here, but I wanted to kind of discuss it because as always with our live streams, I don't even think I restarted the music. See, that's the problem. With doing a new version of the stream is I forget how to do everything. But yeah. All right, so these new items here, did you get them? Did you pre-order them? Because I have not. And again, it's just mostly me. It's me, it's not you, Target. It's me. It's definitely me because I have not really gotten back into collecting in a big way. I've passed on most of the Beyond the Gates, and not due to the production or anything like that. I just don't feel too obligated to buy things anymore for Jurassic. I know it hurts. It hurts inside, but I've been just purchasing so many other things with like Indiana Jones and Star Wars that I'm like, I don't know if I want to really get back on the train. But I will say, if the Hammond collection shows up and I see it in stores, I will probably grab it. Everything else has been kind of on the sidelines. These two, I did not pre-order. I haven't really been into doing the pre-order things recently. I haven't really been dying to do that recently, but we do have Blue, and Blue I think looks pretty nice. I'm excited to see Blue. I'm not very excited about the April 28th, 2024 date. So they're like, hey, y'all like Generation Jurassic? Here it is on the same day. A year later, when was that? 2 years ago? A year ago? I don't remember. But hey, I love this picture. Great picture. They definitely step things up, I think, with the picture there. That's pretty cool. What I don't like also is the fact that we've got these boxes. I threw this up on social media, and I wanted to ask, hey, what do people think about these boxes? Because personally, I've always loved the Hammond collection boxes, but I don't really like this iteration. So, look, we finally are getting Blue and Owen, and they're doing the whole like, hey, we're gonna throw Blue and Owen on the package of everything again, once again. So it's not really my style, and I like it to be more of like the pristine box, and it's just very classic looking and very cool and contained. I don't know. This just throws it in a different direction for me. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But I think the figure looks awesome. I'm very excited to see it in person. The eyes look pretty interesting. I'm not sure. I got to see that in person too, but they definitely look cool in the pictures at least. So that's fun. But yeah, overall, I think this figure looks fantastic. Definitely into it. Is it collector grade paint jobs and everything? I don't know. It's about the same as it always is. So, but it's pretty interesting nonetheless. So there's that one. And then of course we do have Owen Grady, right? Owen Grady has always been an interesting one to look at the face and see how does this look like, or does this look like Chris Pratt? And the answer is usually, can you guess? No. The answer is usually no. In the case of this, I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, that looks great. I forget if the video, if it looked just like that or not, I forget. But that looks fantastic. If they're doing like the, which I don't remember, but if they're doing that likeness thing like that Hasbro does, that looks pretty great. But this so far is probably one of the better looking Hammond collection figures, I would have to say. I know, what's his name? Muldoon looks pretty good. But if it does end up looking like this, Owen's going to be the best looking Hammond collection figure. So that'll be pretty interesting. And yes, it is just the same basic figure, that obviously it's not the core line, but this is the Hammond collection, but it's the same figure that we have 100,000 of. So if you want to pad out your Hammond collection, there you go. January. This is a much easier to swallow release date. It's still very far away, but January 2024. The first picture makes him look like he has huge hands. Yeah, I mean, it does look like he has huge hands. But again, this one has this render, which to me, like, that didn't look like the face that I just saw. And he has two faces. He's got this like regular Pratt resting face. And then he's got the, hey, Blue, hey. I don't know, what does he say in the movie? Cut that out, cut it out, Blue. Something like that. And he's got the two hands, the knife, and then like the what is that thing? Like the head cam, I guess. For some reason. But yeah, so what I'm saying was this render here does not really look like the other renders. So that's kind of a bummer. Well, this render doesn't look like what the figure looked like. So I'm just disappointed that those are there on that package, but hopefully this is the only time we'll really see that. But yeah, still both of them are available. So we haven't seen any sellouts. Of course, things have been back and forth as far as that's concerned. But yeah, I'm excited for these two. I'm definitely excited for these two. I'll probably just wait until they hit the store shelves, because I feel like recently, and I shared a picture of this recently on mine or the podcast social media, that like Target's shelves have been like just out of control, at least in my store. There's been so many Jurassic figures. None of them are leaving. And there's just a ton. And I'm just like sitting here waiting for, hey, well, check it out. I mean, you've got save $25 right there. Save $25 when you spend $100 or more on toys with Target Circle. So you got a discount right there. But I'm waiting for like some deeper discounts, I think, for a lot of these figures. Stand down. Hey, what did I just say? Did he say that? What did I say? Did I say stand down? I forgot. Yeah. But anyway, that is the latest haul from Beyond the Gates. Again, go support the videos and all the stuff over there. But yeah, I'm still not on the pre-order hype train just yet. But hopefully soon. We got what seems to be 2 more things, right? Yeah. Well, so we got another one coming up in a few weeks, and then the November one. So we've got Hammond Collection, 1 item, and then 1 exclusive item from Legacy Collection. So I'm not even gonna guess at what they could be. Killing you with the Owen. Yeah, I just like giving the worst Owen I could possibly give. You know, that's all I'm doing. And it's like I'm like completely blanking on any words that are said from Chris Pratt in Jurassic World. So I'm like, how do you what I forgot what I said. How do you stand? What do I do with my hands? Did you say my hands are too big? Now I've got a complex. I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with them. Do I put them up? Do I do this? You saying I do this? No? No, don't do that. Do I hold a knife? Okay, no. No, I don't hold a knife. Well, what is this thing? Should I hold this with my... Oh, that's my huge hand. I'm getting embarrassed again. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's why I was like, I was saying that before, but I kind of like bleeped myself. That's the only thing I remembered, kind of. However I said it before. But anyway, that is the Beyond the Gates items. So I'm looking forward to more in the next. Unfortunately, I will not be around. So kicking these things off, these live streams off again. But I won't be here for the next Beyond the Gates one, unfortunately. So I won't be able to stream. I'm checking out the. I think that should be the only one. But yeah, maybe we'll have somebody else do it. Is there anybody else? Hey, anybody else want to cover the live stream for me in the 18th? No. No one. And nobody in the office really wants to help out, unfortunately. So let's check out the next item on the list, and we're gonna go over to Barbasol. The Barbasol can. It's a can of can-do. If you didn't know that, now you do. Hey, it all began 30 years ago. Is this... Wait, I just gotta go back. Is that my nickname? Or, or are you telling me? Am I like Brad Amber Collection is better than Hammond Collection Jost? Like, is that... Because that would be my nickname. But I agree. I mean, they're both not great. They both have their downsides. I like the 6-inch figures. But those 6-inch figures, the likeness wasn't there all that much. What does that Owen look like? I mean, that Owen looks okay. That one looks kind of like him a little bit. So, I mean, that's fine. But, like, the likenesses weren't totally there. But I love the dinosaurs in that scale. So, yeah. So, I do like the Amber Collection scale. If they just gave them, like, a better likeness, it would have been, like, perfect. But anyway, back to Barbasol can. Has anybody picked these up yet? Have you seen any of the Jurassic Barbasol cans out in the stores? I have not yet, but I'll be honest, I forgot to check. I've been to the store. Yeah, I've been to stores. I've definitely been to stores. But I forgot to check. I forgot to look. So we have a brand new can that is basically celebrating the 30th anniversary, and it looks like his desk and his computer, Dennis Nedry, and that's pretty cool. That's a nice, unique tie-in to the whole, Dennis Nedry steals the can. I think that's pretty cool. It looks fun, and it's a nice 30th anniversary can. If you're going to do the 30th anniversary, why not? But all the Dennis Nedry stuff just makes me feel like we missed out on having a Dennis Nedry cameo, de-age kind of thing going on in Jurassic World Dominion. I'm sad. But let's see. Any information? No, I mean, I love these cans. Back in the day, they did send these to me. Barbasol, you did. You sent these ones to me. But yeah, I'll have to track this one down because it looks pretty cool and it's got to go on the shelf. I mean, do I have any? I might have put them away. So maybe they're like, yo, you don't have them on your shelf anymore, dude. Um, but yeah, I'll have to get this one because it looks pretty cool. Um, Limited edition and was there? I mean, it's just like while products last or whatever. So usually they're not like around very long. So if you don't, if you see this anywhere, just grab it, get it. But we're still celebrating the 30th anniversary. It is still going on. And one thing I've noticed recently with, stuff like this and one of our next topics is that now I feel like they're really rolling out the whole year-long celebration um, uh, of the 30th anniversary, that we're celebrating for a year. So, or at least they say, at least for like all of 2023. So I think that's pretty interesting. It's like at the beginning of the 30th anniversary or the beginning of the year, even, we were kind of like confused and didn't really know like what is happening with the 30th. Are we celebrating it this way or that way? How is it? Does it end? Does it stop at June 11th? Does it continue on? Well, guess what? It continues on, and they're really continuing throughout the rest of the year at least. So I don't think it's gonna go till like next June or anything. But hopefully by that time, once 2024 hits, we'll be able to talk about other things. But yeah, it's interesting to keep seeing things trickle out, and they're saving decent stuff like this. This always gets the fan base excited. But yeah, so Caleb is going to keep celebrating until next June. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They didn't send me this one because of my face. So yeah, that's quite clear. They're like, what's the point? But also that logic doesn't check out if you look at other people that have gotten them. It's just a can. I don't really care. No menthol? No. But yeah. You haven't seen those fruit snacks, the 30th anniversary fruit snacks. Yeah, I haven't either, but again, I haven't looked. And I've been to stores, but I just didn't look. Usually stuff just like I don't even have to look, it just catches my eye. I'm sure you all have that same problem. But yeah, so that is the Barbasol can, and it is out now. So go check it out. Check out Barbasol's website because they got some fun facts. Let's see. Bite of a Tyrannosaurus Rex is unmatched. I don't feel like reading all that. Okay. When Jurassic Park was released, there was only about 50 skeletons of the T-Rex. Yeah, Velociraptor may have been small. Okay, yep, we got that. Utilization of computer-generated imagery, CGI, in the film Jurassic Park marked a revolutionary technological advancement for the entertainment business. This remarkable movie was recognized at the 1994 Academy Awards, winning 3 prestigious Oscars in the category of Best Sound Editing, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Visual Effects. And yes, I did just watch Jurassic Punk, so I do like have a keen memory of it winning Best Visual Effects. I just watched it happen again. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch Jurassic Punk. It's a great documentary. I was kind of afraid to watch it because I wasn't sure if it was gonna tarnish things for me, like because it is a very insightful movie into some of the issues surrounding the making of this movie and stuff like that, and it's pretty interesting to watch. But definitely watch it if you have not seen it yet. But yeah, I was like waiting because I'm afraid. I'm kind of afraid. I don't want it to like mess things up for me. But yeah, let's how long have we been going for? 40 minutes. So let's move on to another item here. Did we talk about this? See, this is the problem, is when I do the beginning news portion, I don't know, kind of thinking about things. Let's talk about our next one, which is Dr. Collector and the spy game. We showed it off before, but man, does this imagery look awesome. It looks super fantastic. 29.95 here in the US. Jurassic Park, the spy game. Um, the spy game. I'm just wondering about the subtitle. It feels like it could have been like something a little more intriguing, but the spy game, hey, whatever works. Um, It says Jurassic Park, the spy game is a hidden role game in which players and their team will try to accomplish their mission to beat the rival team. Discover who deserves your trust in a battle of deceit, betrayal, and strategy. Will you be a daring spy ready to steal valuable dinosaur embryos? Or will you join the Jurassic Park staff team trying to prevent a dire outcome? This excitement and suspense build and though I can't read, the excitement and suspense build as the game progresses. Will you achieve your goal? This is for recommended over 10 years old, from 5 to 10 players, and could take you 20 to 30 minutes. Now, that is great. That is like nice, concise 20-30 minute game. I do love games like this. I've had a few, we have a few of them, like this style of game where, either you choose to become a spy, or you're given a card that tells you are the spy, or whatever the case is. Sometimes the terminology is a little different, but I love games like this. They are super fun to play with a group of people. And yeah, it's always fun to like call people out and be like, why'd you make that move? What did you do that for? You're definitely the spy. I know you're the spy. Show me your cards, or whatever. And then, whoever gets kicked out, it makes it more fun. But this game looks absolutely beautiful. And a lot of times I buy these Jurassic games just for the artwork. And this is one that I would buy for the artwork, but also 20 to 30 minutes, that's manageable. So I would do that. But it says from 5 to 10 players. So I don't know that many people like in person around here that would play. So yeah, it's going to be troubling, but it'll probably just sit on the stack of other board games that I have. But I would love to play this game because it looks pretty cool. Artwork looks awesome. I love like this cartoony style. Like this to me is exactly what I would love to see from like a Jurassic TV show. I think if they were to take whatever this style is, whoever did this artwork, I forget. I think I saw the artist. I'm blanking on the name, but I feel like I saw their name or a post or something on social media. But man, the art looks fantastic. Like I would 100% watch. Like, look at that Alan Grant, spectacular, spared no expense. That Dennis Nedry Elvis looking guy. You didn't say the magic word, please. And there's a spy right there. Don't trust that guy. Jack Carter, Animal Control. But this is cool. This is awesome. And those baby dinosaurs, they look super cute. And we got Muldoon back there. We've got John Hammond, Dennis Nedry, the T-Rex. Like, this just looks awesome. Like, I would love to watch this as a TV show. Like, I'm forgetting that it's actually like a board game, and I just thinking of it as a TV show now because it looks super cool. But yeah. Anyway, how do I get out of this? There we go. You can pre-order this right now. The expected release date is February 5th, 2024. Yeah, it's definitely like that Werewolf Within, I think. Is that what it's called? But yeah. Alden, thank you so much for the super chat. Do you pre-order the Jurassic Park Classic Game Collection? You do. I think you're probably asking if I have. No, I have not. That's coming up soon, isn't it? If not already, did I miss it? I forget when that was uh, ending. October 15th. So uh, in the next week or so, however long that is until then. But yeah, that's coming up. So I'll probably give that a pre-order because I'm digging all the stuff that was in there. And of course, they did recently reveal that it's going to be coming to, or the Sega games are going to be coming there. So, um, but yeah, I'm very excited for the Sega games. I'm actually more excited for those than the other ones. The Sega ones were the ones that I really wanted to add on to there because I have my Sega and I went to go turn it on recently and something didn't work, or I forget if it was a plug wasn't working or something. But yeah, I really want to play them so bad. Um, yeah. Anyway, so this game looks really cool. I'm very excited for this. And Dr. Collector always has some really awesome items. So check out the rest of the stuff. I don't know if everything's readily available on their site or not. But yeah, please. Oh, and just thank you so much for the super chat, Alden. I don't know if I said that before, but yeah, if you have anything else you want to know about the classic collection, let me know. I'll definitely talk about it some more if you want to. Um, oh, you want to talk about that? Let's do it. Boom. Lego Jurassic Park. Let's talk about it. Thank you for the cue. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So we got the article up on our website. They sent out a press release about this the other day, yesterday, maybe. When was that? Yesterday, maybe. So finally, we have some brand new information and a first look at the Lego Jurassic Park, the unofficial retelling. Um, it looks awesome. It looks great. It looks really cool. I think it looks cute. It looks to be as expected for like a Lego short film or short movie, animated special, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if we can press play here. I don't know if we'll be able to hear it or not. I'm gonna turn it off. I don't want it to play music or anything. But yeah, it looks fantastic. Like it basically, when you're just watching the trailer, to be honest, to me it just looks like I'm playing like the Lego game, like Lego Jurassic game. So it doesn't look all that different from that. And if you watch any of those cutscenes and things like that, it basically just look like these, like these silly cutscenes in between you actually roaming around certain parts of the movie. So to me, that's what this looks like. And it's a 22-minute special. So, but the catch is this is going to be a retelling from the perspective of Ian Malcolm. And that's what they say, at least in the press release. Let's see, it says it down here. We'll continue watching this in a second, but that's at least what it says. But I was kind of hoping that it would be more a retelling that's skewed, I think, towards what Malcolm saw with his eyes and how he felt, but also how maybe he would like people to remember him or his time at Jurassic Park. I think that was, if that idea came to fruition, which maybe this still could be, maybe they're only showing us the correct version. Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe there's somebody else involved, or maybe he's telling it to somebody and this person already knows, like that could be kind of interesting. So anyway, let me read the synopsis and then I'll get into it more. But it says, from the comfort of his living room and after finding his personal journal, the ever-charming and now slightly older chaos theory mathematician Dr. Ian Malcolm retells the tale of what happened that dreadful night at Jurassic Park. As only he can do, Dr. Malcolm finds a way to add his own unique humor and style to bring his harrowing story back to life. A theme park destination filled with living dinosaurs for family and kids to enjoy. What could possibly go wrong? Absolutely everything, just to see it predicted. So that is the synopsis there. You can also find all the other Lego shorts and seasons and stuff like that. The Secret Exhibit, The Legend of Isla Nublar, The Indominus Escape. Those are all on Peacock as well right now. So you can go watch those in preparation for the Jurassic Park one that's going to be coming out. So anyway, as I had mentioned here in my kind of article here, I when I had heard that it was an unofficial retelling, I was kind of assuming that Ian Malcolm would be like, um, and yeah, while the T-Rex broke out of its cage, I I sprinted to action and I grabbed the flare and I said, "Hey, hey, 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 come here, T-Rex!" And then I ran and the T-Rex chased me down and I said, "Alan Grant, stay in the car. You don't want to get yourself hurt." And then I waved and I waved and I threw the flare uh, away, and that's when he bit me right in the leg and threw me. And I luckily still survived to this day. And yes, as I was on my leg, I traveled down into the maintenance shed and turned the power back on myself. Like I kind of imagined like stuff like that. Like he would kind of take credit for things. Um, I thought that would be kind of like a humorous retelling of Jurassic Park. And then maybe if he is if he would retell to somebody, that person could be like, "That's not how it went." Like imagine if like Kelly was there or something like, and she's like, "That's not how it went, Dad. Like, come on, like tell it the right way." And he's like, "Okay, okay." So that's when Alan Grant stepped out of the vehicle and was like, "Hey, hey," and then it goes the right way. Which we see the right way in the trailer. Like everything plays out how it plays out. So it doesn't look like it's any kind of retelling. Um, it just looks like it's got that normal, comedic spin that Lego is so good at. They are so good. And I've said this, um, you know, over and over again. Lego, I think, understands like brands and their stories and everything more than anybody else. Like I think that the whoever works behind the scenes at Lego and directs these games and they direct the TV shows or whatever, they understand the lore and the love of these things so intricately. It's really fascinating. Like when you're playing the games, like you're laughing at all the things that you find amazing and interesting and laugh at as a super fan of these things. So it's really I just find that they are really really good at understanding these brands almost better than the brands themselves. So I think they do a great job. So I'm really excited to see what kind of retelling that this ends up being and how fun and entertaining it is, because I know it will be, and it'll look great. It'll sound great. Yeah, so I'm definitely I'm excited for it for sure. I just had wished maybe it would be a more skewed retelling, and maybe it still could be. Maybe it still could be. They could be keeping some things, behind the scenes and not showing us all. But I do think that's awesome though that we get, you know, a retelling from Ian Malcolm's living room after he finds a journal. I think that's really cool. That's awesome. So that's fun. But we get the, Jurassic World Dominion era Ian Malcolm and the regular Ian Malcolm. I wonder if there'll be like a little bit more gravel on his voice or anything, for the older version. I love that bald looking cap on Hammond. Yeah, but the poster looks awesome. That's pretty cool. Digging that. So I'm excited to check this out on October 10th. That is what, a Tuesday, something like that, I think. So I wonder if this will be like, yeah, October 10th is a Tuesday. So are we all going to be staying up midnight watching this thing? Is that what's going to happen here? It's only 22 minutes. You can do it. You can stay up to midnight. But no, sometimes like these things actually pop up at like 3 a.m. So you never really know when they're going to hit. Um, but that is really exciting. I'm definitely excited to watch that and see what happens. But we're continuing the brand, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be, upset, especially because hey, we're getting this, very it's obviously skewed towards kids, right? It is Lego, and Lego does skew towards kids, and obviously they do have they are really entertaining everybody. Lego, they do make adult centric sets with kind of like that Hammond collection look. Their boxes are different. They're like black boxes. They're very sleek and styled and don't have a ton of graphics all over them. So I think they look really cool, and they're definitely skewed towards adults, but Lego obviously is like a more of a kiddie type brand. So I know a lot of people are, yeah, kind of upset that it's just a Lego kitty thing. And then of course, we recently hear that the potential of a new, maybe potential Camp Cretaceous spinoff. And yeah, I know a lot of people weren't very happy about that either, but hey, I'll be honest, like, and this is kind of we'll tag this on as like our bonus little conversation here, because there's nothing to really officially talk about per se, because it was said that there was some stuff found, maybe at an event recently, that talked a little bit about the potential for something in the future, maybe on Netflix, who knows, and maybe it continues the Camp Cretaceous story. But I think that's an obvious leap. Like, we kind of watched that series end, and it ended in such a cool place, I think. Um, Despite what you may say about seasons like 4 and 5, they were definitely, I think, lesser products than seasons 1, 2, and 3. Season 3 was like excellent, like top tier for that show, and it went a little bit downhill, definitely, but I still enjoyed it. I still really enjoyed that time period. I've been like very nostalgic for like the Camp Cretaceous era recently. Um, so I've been like thinking about, during this time off, about like all the great aspects of the past, few years and stuff. And I think Camp Cretaceous for me is a real bright spot. Whether you care for the product or not, I think you should be able to put things to the side and say like, look, it's not for me. And you don't have to trash it. You don't have to say like it's a terrible thing. How dare they, should be ashamed for making this. Come on. Like that's trashy. Don't do that kind of stuff. I think it's fair to have stuff like this exist. And yes, we have like a lot of Lego series. We have a lot of seasons of Camp Cretaceous, and they're aimed towards kids. So what? Get over it. Get over it. It's not for you. It doesn't mean it's trash. Okay? I'm getting on a tangent here. I mean, I'm mad now. I came right back to the podcast, and I'm mad again. All right? But I think there's room for all these things. I've been very excited and nostalgic for Camp Cretaceous, and thinking about the potential that those characters come back, and are within the Jurassic saga again, slotting into certain storylines that we haven't seen yet, and I think mixing in with maybe characters we have seen in all 3 movies. I think that could be really awesome. And I said this, I don't know whenever I said it, but I said this a little while back that like, Dave, you're stepping on my toes. Oh, now it's down there and it's huge. If Camp Cretaceous was the equivalent of Rebels, I hope Chaos Theory. What is that? What are you talking about? Is later seasons, the Clone Wars. So, and hey, even Rebels though, dude. Like, I mean, Rebels was the same way. It was kind of started off a little kiddie centric. It was on Disney. What was that called? Disney. What's the name of that channel? Dave, help me out here. I'm blanking on the XD. Disney XD. And it was like a very like younger audience of a channel, but they aired it at 10 p.m., which was like the weirdest thing. When they started airing Rebels, it was like on at 10 p.m. and I'm like, who's watching this right now? And now it's like the best thing ever. But like, yes, the show got better. And so that's what I was gonna. You aren't actually stepping on my toes at all with that comment there. But I think what Star Wars is showing us right now is that they laid the groundwork really well. They laid the groundwork so well that they created that they're now in the process of creating a huge universe of Star Wars that is untapped and never seen before and filled with everything that we love. And it's so cool to witness. And I think Jurassic could do that if they want to. They really could. And I think that would be really fun to see. You know, they lay the groundwork with Camp Cretaceous seasons 1 through whatever, how many? 5? And they give us that, and that is what it is. And then they give us another one a little while later, and it connects these dots. And then maybe I said it. I don't know when I said it. I'm trying to think of when I had this conversation, because like I remember the conversation a little bit, but like if you start to slowly introduce these characters over time and they become like, you know, top tier characters, that you can start to introduce them with like new characters and stuff. We're probably not going to get Grants and Ellies and Ians anymore, but you know, you could start to introduce these characters. Like if there was a movie in the future with DeWanda Wise and somebody else playing Darius, how amazing would that be? That would be so mind-blowingly cool. So I think that is a great, you know, example to go by, is to say like, just lay the groundwork. Camp Cretaceous did its thing, Hidden Adventure, whatever, you know, this new thing could be, connect some dots, maybe start, you know, weaving in, you know, loose dinosaurs in the US, and then you start to weave in people like Kayla Watts and maybe Ramsey Cole. Is that his last name? Ramsey. And Dodgson again. Like you could obviously weave Dodgson back in because he's met them before. Bring in new characters, and I think it could be awesome. And then, like I'm saying, like then you lead up to Jurassic World Dominion and that storyline, and then now you got that movie, and then after that, we'll maybe get another movie. And then you focus on some of these characters that we know and love, all combining into one amazing story. I think it's possible. And yes, Apollo here says, I think Jurassic has much more limited scope. Obviously. Well, very, very, very true. Like there's nothing to doubt that. That is the problem with comparing Star Wars and Jurassic, is like I love to compare the two, because I think Star Wars has done so good at, and I know that's debatable for a lot of people, but like for me, I think they've done a great job in all these recent things that they've produced. And I think that they've done a great job modeling all this stuff to create really cool content. And I think that Jurassic has kind of, you know, dropped the ball a little bit here and there, but yeah, you have to really, like you said, pick and choose. And that's why I think like that whole area, what was it, 3 or 4 years in between Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, there's a lot of time in there and a lot of cool stories you could do. Of course, it's not going from this galaxy to that galaxy and aliens and spaceships and monsters and all. It's not that. It is much smaller, but a story about Darius and some other whoever else, you know, like if Darius joins the Department of Fish and Wildlife and tracks down dinosaurs with some, like that's a cool story to me. And it can be small and localized and treat it like, you know, like Supernatural or something like that, where the two brothers go from town to town, stopping ghosts like that. That is, you know, there's not going to be ghosts in the Jurassic universe, but hey, you never know. But that could be a fun episode. Like they, you know, somebody's like, I seen a ghost dinosaur out there. And then Darius is like, that dude, you didn't. And then he has to figure out what the thing was. And then it turns out that in the woods, there was like a glowing dinosaur. And he's like, it's a Parasaurolophus. I saw you before. And it's like that I just made that up right here on the fly. Halloween episode. Boom. There you go, DreamWorks. You got it. I gotta stop giving them. I gotta stop giving them ideas. I come back and I just straight up start giving them ideas. All right, stop it. But look, I think, and you mentioned before it becomes nonsensical. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, but like I know a lot of people like will look at Camp Cretaceous and be like, yeah, look, Ben was riding a ankylosaurus and jumping, out of an explosion and stuff like that. And sure, yes, that is absurd, but like it is a fun kids show. Like that's all it is, and like Star Wars Rebels had a lot of crazy stuff happen in that show. But when you look at Ahsoka, they're not like replaying it. It's not like you're not like seeing a puffer pig. Like, yes, there's references to puffer pigs in Ahsoka, but it's not like showing the absurdity of what that episode was, where like they're all smushed in compartments because a puffer pig explode. Like that's a dumb episode idea and concept. But like the lore and the history, you can think about that or forget about it. Like, so I think that's what's great about these kinds of stories is like you can think about that if you want to, or it doesn't necessarily have to matter at all. We don't have to reference like anything really. So I think it's a good way to lay the groundwork and yeah, just to kind of go cool places, I think, with these characters. Dave wants to see animated adaptations of the Maisie books. Yeah, I mean, that would be cool. That would be awesome. I'd have to keep reading them. I read the first one. I was like day one, like reading that thing. And then I forgot to read them, the rest. Or there's only one other, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Sure, yeah. So like having so many incidents before 1993. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean I kind of like when they crisscross and like do not trample over each other, but like I love like Back to the Future 2, where that movie tiptoes right next to the events of the first movie. I love that. That is like one of my favorite movies of all time. And so for that reason, I like when we tiptoe that line of just being on the periphery of the thing that is happening. Like that's why I think like something like Jurassic Park the game, like that is really cool because these things are happening right here, and that makes it more interesting, like to me that makes it really fun to see how things will transpire and will like what the outcome is really, but like it's fun to see like how do our new characters get to that outcome? Like what happens? So I do think that could be fun. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, Camp Cretaceous potentially continuing. But like I think with this story, you have so much time. There's years of time that you could, and if you look at like The Walking Dead, like which I do not like. I know I do like The Walking Dead, but I don't like how I don't know. So, like there's no management of time in that series. I feel like from season 1 to whenever it ended, there's like no timeline of events. It's just like all so chaotic, and I feel like I don't know when things are happening in relation to other things, and I don't understand it. Like I think there's like one season that's just like takes place over like a day or more, a little bit more a week or something, and is like very confusing to me because I personally I've lasted many more weeks than this show's only been like one day. It's like 24, but 24 you knew what was going on. Like that's why 24 worked, because it was like this is what hour it is, man. Like if you don't know, like go back and watch hour 3 or something. So like I do like though when we have all of this time period, and they can maybe, have a summer internship with the DFW or something like that. And they're like, all right, gang, like, let's get together. Let's all sign up for this internship with the DFW. I got to stop coming up with ideas. And then they all do it. And like, that could be fun, just to watch them go down this road of like, how do we help save these dinosaurs? Like, we have, and of course there would absolutely be like, somebody who thinks that they know everything, who like wants to lead them and be like, no, this is not how you handle it. This is not how you handle it. And then Darius is like, dude, I lived on an island. This is how we're going to handle it. And you're like, oh, ooh, now they're bickering, they're fighting. And like the guy goes to do something, Darius saves his butt, like, it would be a great show. It would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I think whatever they do end up doing, like if they take it place during that time period, lead up with multiple seasons, time moving on, like it doesn't have to, they're not like trying to escape like an island anymore. So I think that could be the best way to move forward. And yeah, I don't know. And I think if they, because I'm trying to think about, Camp Cretaceous really tried to hone in on what Jurassic World trilogy was doing with hybrids and like all the craziness of the Jurassic World series, like the Indominus Rex, the Scorpius Rex, the whatever, the training, there was so much of that mixed into Camp Cretaceous. And I think if they're going to do this, if they're going to do another series, I think they should just hone it in and not focus on the craziness of this massive lore-ridden world, like with all this stuff behind the scenes. I think they should just focus it in on specific small stories and not worry about the larger universe. I think that could be pretty cool. So, yeah. And I have this whole like thing in the back of my mind, like thinking about, because I've been not speculating, but I've been like sitting back and wondering about the past 3 movies and like, what if things went this way? What if things went that way? I love them the way they are, but like if there was a way to make things a little bit differently, I think personally I would remove some of that weird like intrigue that I feel like we didn't really get a ton of answers for, and just make it like just about like the dinosaurs, the people, not about, ooh, is this person evil? Who is this guy? What team does he work for? Like, what is what Dr. Wu, is he gonna, is that thing? What is the, like, I feel like there was a lot of questions everywhere in those Jurassic World movies that they didn't all really pay off for me. So I think I would remove that from any future storytelling in the Jurassic universe and just focus solely on the incidences. And I think that should be enough. So that's where I'm going to part ways for tonight. So, yeah. Anyway, I talked way more than I always want to, but hey, hour and 14 minutes. First time back on the live stream, already losing my voice at the end of it. It's because I don't drink enough water while we're going. But anyway, that's all we got for you. Is my music even on? Oh, it just stopped? Okay. Let's kick it back in. Boom. I don't know why it stopped. Anyway, if you're following along and you liked what you've seen here tonight, please follow us over on some of our social media channels. You can do that on Threads. We're on Threads over there, Jurassic Park Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, of course. They're the same thing, basically. But yeah, I do go on Twitter with the podcast, but I'm not really using it as a huge hub or anything like that. So follow us on Instagram and Threads, and of course TikTok. And hey guys, I've said it a lot. Who cares about Facebook? But I can't like realistically say like who cares about Facebook when I'm like, hey guys, go join us on Threads. Okay, let's hang out on Threads and Instagram. But who cares about Facebook? If you want to follow us on Facebook, go ahead. I don't care. I don't really use it. I really don't. Stuff ends up posting there. I don't really understand how it does it anymore. Like, I've kind of like lost track of it all. But stuff ends up being posted on there. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then sometimes people comment. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Cool. I'll give that a like. But yes, please follow us on all of those platforms. We'd really, really appreciate it. And of course, please go subscribe to the podcast. The podcast is different from what you've just heard. It's not the same at all. It's much more professional. But we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. What is this one? Amazon. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Audible. If you want, like right now, I'm listening to what is it? What is even the name of it? Thrawn? Is it? I don't know. Whatever the second Thrawn book was. Oh, Star Wars Dark Force Rising. I've never read those old expanded universe books, so I'm starting to read them, get through them. I'm in the middle of that one. So I'm on Audible. We're on Audible, apparently. So if you want to read your book and then go listen to the podcast, you can do that. But please go follow, subscribe, rate, whatever. Do all those cool things. We'd really, really appreciate that. I appreciate everybody for being here tonight. It's been awesome. Thank you so much to everybody for the super chats tonight. You all super awesome. I'll give you another shout out here. So thank you to Jurassic Souls. Love you, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cretaceous Dave. Thank you, dude, so much. Steve, thank you so much. Thank you for your boy, from your boy. And it's Alden. Thank you so much, Alden. We really, really appreciate each and every one of you so much for the super chats tonight. So it's fun to be back. Yes, and I am listening to the ones with all the sound effects. I think that's the best way to do it. I love listening to all the Star Wars books on Audible. It's much easier. Like I used to be able to sit down and read the books, but I don't really have time for that anymore. So I've downloaded so many Star Wars books over the past few years. Like I actually had Audible and I kept forgetting to cancel it. So now I had so many credits and I just continued to buy so many Star Wars books. So I was like, I had a few extra credits. So I bought the whole like Heir to the Empire like trilogy thing, and I finished that one the other day. I was like, it feels like it's pertinent to listen to this with Ahsoka going on. I love Thrawn, but yeah, it was a good book. So yeah, and the sound effects are great. You know what I couldn't get over, which I'll leave you with this, is Chewie, like, and the Wookiees, and Mark Thompson doing the Wookiee voices. So not only, it wasn't just like, it wasn't just that. He actually, in the book, I forget who, like somebody understands the Wookiee language. And Mark Thompson's reading the book. He's like, and that's when Princess Leia, I think it was, and that's when Leia started to understand Wookiees. And then it's like, I'm going to set up a trap. And it's like, it was like the most absurd thing I had ever listened to. So shout out to Mark Thompson for the Wookiee speak. That was just unreal. But anyway, thank you so much for watching tonight. Really appreciate it. We'll be back next week. And of course, please go listen to this week's most recent episode featuring Stephen Ray Morris. We'd really, really appreciate it if you go check out that episode 356, part 1 of 3. It was awesome. Yeah. Anyway, go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody.